up, you guys? It's Keith from Stock Hours here, back with another video. Today's going to be a different video. Instead of a live trade, I'm going to be going over how I set up my eTrade Pro to be the most efficient for options trading, scalping, all of that stuff. There's not a lot of videos out there for eTrade, for options trading, so I figured I'd make one. Let's get right to it. All right, guys, so I've opened a new layout here. This is automatically going to be the first thing you see on your layout. It's your order entry, which is where you can type in a symbol, Tesla, for example. Click enter there, it'll show you the price. This is so you can buy shares of the stock. So for me personally, I just choose to minimize this. So we're going to go through the tools here that I use, and we're going to make my exact setup on this new layout. All right, so we're going to start off here by going to a chart. I click the new chart. I'm going to make that a little square here, put it up in the top left corner. Now I do all of my charting on Thinkorswim, but I always like to have an extra chart just in case Thinkorswim is laggy, for example. We're going to add that chart here. We'll get to the links later. The next thing we're going to do is go in this tools and add an options chain. Right here, you'll see the options chain pop up. Drag that over here to this right corner. Get a little bit in here right here so it fits. Drag that down as well. So here's the options chain for eTrade. Default, it'll show 7 strike prices. I always go in and select it to all. And I'm going to drag this chart down here just a little bit. We're going to go in the tools section again and add in a market depth, which is level 2. So what I'm going to do here is make this a little bit smaller. Add it down here in the bottom left corner. And this is actually going to be my level 2 for my options contracts. So what we're going to do here is align this up real quick. All right, we're good. Now I'm going to link my options chain right here. I'm going to put this as link 1. You can see right now, this is the level 2 for QQQ. I'm going to put this to link 1 as well. I'm going to go in here and click on an options contract. Click on the 306 calls, and you can see down here, we've changed this level 2 to an options level 2. I always like to have that just so I can look at my options price somewhere other than just the chain and see what price things are getting filled at here. And what I'm actually going to do here is go into settings. Now, I personally have all of this removed. So all I see is the symbol, the last trade, the total volume, and then the bid. I'm going to go in here and add it. The ask, I go in here and add it as well. And then the spread, bid ask spread, right there. So I'm going to move this over here, move the high, remove the low. Then I'm going to click on bid, click this up arrow, click on ask, click this up arrow, put this spread right here next to it. So I'm going to click OK here. Now you can see the last trade. I can see the bid and the ask of the options right now, and I can see the spread as well. I can also see the volume over here a little bit. Another thing that I'm going to do here before we get into anything else is edit this. So to edit that, you click on this little down arrow, and I'm going to edit the columns on this. So right now you see open interest, total volume, dollar change, see theoretical value, see last trade, bid, and ask. So I'm going to remove this theoretical value. I personally have my dollar change since close removed as well. So I have open interest, total volume, last trade. I'm going to move the last trade down. So it's the first thing that I see. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I have that removed as well. So I'm going to remove that. And then I'm going to go in here and add delta and put that on the very far side. IV, add that. That's very important. Put that between the total volume and the bid and the ask. I'll click OK here. See, we edit that. If you don't like how that looks, you can always go in and change that around your own ways. The way that you use the options chain here, you can see you have your expiration dates. Right now we're on 0 DTE, and you can go out here, go to pretty much, anywhere, just like any other options chain. I'm going to go back up here to tools once again. I'm going to go to order status. This is a very important one for me because I need to see where my contracts get filled whenever I open a position. I'm going to drag that down here. I'm going to extend it over to the side. I have some more room to drag this down a little bit more. All right. So what I personally have on here, I'm going to go in and click this drop down menu. I'm going to go over. I'm going to not click that. I'm going to go to settings, and then here you can see the status, which you can see the orders are completed right here. You have the date and time, which I keep exactly where it is. Order type, exactly where it is, I keep it. All or none, I remove that. I keep the symbol where it's at, but all this news, all that stuff is not that important for me. It's not something that I need to quickly see. And what we're trying to do here is make the most efficient way to be able to scalp and day trade options. So what I'm going to do here is go to price entered, and I'm going to put that right before quantity. All of this other stuff I don't necessarily need to see. There's not a point where I really need to see, what news is going on with the stock whenever I'm trying to quickly buy and sell options, right? All right, guys. So actually, I just realized that price entered thing that I put here, that's not the correct one that I was looking at. I was looking here for average price. So what I'm going to do here is bring the average price and bring it all the way up the list here, right next to order type. Because I want to see the price that I entered the stock at, or the option, or whatever it is that you're trading. I want to see what my fills are, right? So now you can see I got filled. This is for my trades this morning. I got filled at 214 on the buy. I bought another contract at 170, and I got filled at 249 on the sell. And then I can see how many contracts I have here, which lets me quickly calculate, whenever I see my fills, helps me quickly calculate, what percentage roughly I'm up or down. And I don't have to be staring at my P&L the whole time for that. I can just glance over at the level 2 and, kind of understand how much I'm up or down. Now, the next thing that I'm going to add here is the watch list. So the watch list is extremely important to have because it helps me quickly switch through my options chains, so I don't have to go up, type through everything. I can just have it ready right here on the watch list. Right here, what I'm going to do is link this to link 1, and I already have a watch list I already have my own personal watch list made on here, so I'm just going to import that real quick, so we don't have to go through making an entire watch list. For me, I keep this minimized because I have my watch list on TOS, with a little bit more room on it so I can see more of the specific stuff. This is literally just here so I can scroll through and quickly click on a name. So right here, what you're going to see, I'm going to click on Tesla here. The options chain is going to switch over to Tesla. And now I'm going to click on, it's taking a second for the contracts to load. I'm going to click here on the 215 calls. So I click on the 215 calls, remember, and it shows up on the contract level 2 over here. So that means if you link 1, and link 1, your watch list, your options chain, and your level 2 will all 3 be linked together. All right, so you might be wondering why I have all this extra space over here, and we will get to that in just a second. But right now, the next thing we're going to do is add in, where do you see your P&L? You're going to have to go up here on Tools and click on Accounts, and it will pop up. Now, I already have mine edited, so it blocks out my account number, so I'm just going to open it from down here on my minimized windows right here. So now you can see you have your positions. So if I had a position right now, it would say for example, I was in the Tesla trade this morning. It would say Tesla, it would say how many contracts I had, and it would say how much money I have in the position, right? So what we're going to do here is I personally get rid of everything here except for my P&L today, my P&L unrealized, and I also add in percent P&L unrealized. We're going to click that there, and now you can see it's easy to look at. I can make it nice and small right here, and I can fit it right down here into this bottom corner. So I'm going to fix that real quick. You can also drag these little sections to make a section wider or a section smaller. So you can even it out there. I'm going to move this up just a little bit. Make this just a little bit bigger. Drag it back down to the bottom corner. Now I can make my watch list a little bit bigger now that I have everything set up. All right. So that is it for this screen. And a lot of people ask, they see the buttons that I trade with, and they don't know how to get to them, right? And I've had a lot of questions about this. I've actually also called E-Trade and asked if they had something like this, and they didn't even know that they could do this with options. So great customer support. But so when you're going to your QuickTrade buttons, what you want to do here is, instead of double clicking on this option to buy up your order entry, bring up your order entry window right here, I'm going to go ahead and minimize that. What you're going to want to do is right click, go down here, send symbol to QuickTrade. You're going to click new QuickTrade. So boom, you can see right there you have your QuickTrade buttons. You can enter in your amount. So let's say we're going to do 10, and then you can see the ask for the contracts right now, the bid for the contracts right now, and the spread for the contracts right now. So it's super, super helpful just to be able to glance right there and see all of that information without having to look around the screen, look through the level 2, all that good stuff. And when you click these buttons, it'll automatically buy market. But if you wanted to buy limit, for example, you could click down here on this bottom corner, go in and click your limit price, and it'll set a limit order for that. So let's just go to something that it's not going to hit right now. Or actually, I'll type in an amount of contracts that it won't buy. Let's see. Let's go in and set a limit buy price at 177. So obviously it's not going to fill 1,000 contracts. at 177. But you can see here the order got rejected, but you can see the buy open, the average price, the quantity, the symbol, and the price type all right there. So that is what I really like about the quick trade buttons. And what you can even do here, say you're looking at 2 trades in the morning, which we do quite often. We actually did this morning. We had Tesla and Nvidia both ready. So what you can do here is you can actually go into your Nvidia contracts here and send your Nvidia contracts to the same quick trade right there. So it's the 7th window and it's quick trade. So now, look at that. I have my Tesla contracts ready and I have my Nvidia contracts ready. So you can be ready for multiple plays at the same time. And even if you have more screen space, you can't really see that because of my face, can you? Even if you have more screen space, you can open this and add in however many order entries that you want. So the options are pretty much unlimited there. And then also the last thing that we're going to do here is add in level 2 for the actual stocks themselves. Now I have my level 2, which once again is in here as market depth. I have my level 2 for the stock on my right screen, which is what you guys are on right now, actually. So I'm not going to put that over there because you won't be able to see it. But let's just pretend that this is on my other screen. I have my level 2 right here, and then I have this linked to link 2. So whenever I go in and type in a ticker symbol, it'll automatically switch the level 2 and the chart. So then what we're going to do here is go back into settings once again. We're going to remove the news, remove dollar and percent change. We're going to remove the high, the low. We're going to leave the total volume. We're going to remove the exchange. And then we're going to put in the ask, the bid. And we're going to add in the bid and ask spread right here. So we're going to move this up. We're going to move this up. We're going to move this up. And then we are set. I think, yeah, you can actually drag these around to however you want. So you can pretty much move anything around however you want to, and you have basically full creative control over however you want to set up your eTrade Pro. That's what I like so much about eTrade Pro as opposed to Power eTrade, which is just a web platform and you really can't customize it at all. You can even go in here and customize all these colors if you really want to. I personally don't. The colors don't really matter to me. But you can go in here and change this color if you want to. Okay, change that to pink so you can see what it looks like. Click OK on that, and then yeah, you have your color changed on that if you really feel like that's beneficial to you. But yeah, another reason that I have my window open here is so I can pop the Discord up and put it right in the middle, right? So I can see my Discord, I can tuck that in right there. So you can see there's the signals from today. The super solid play on Tesla, actually, by the way. And then you can see down here, we can go in, you can have stocks chat up, and we can very quickly just tuck that away so it's not overlapping everywhere on the screen. You can quickly go in there and type, hey, what's up? Any of that good stuff, whatever you want to say. And then, yeah, like I said, you can just tuck it in and it's not in the way. So that is why I have it not full screen. If you wanted to make it full screen, you could do that as well and have the same exact setup. That's just my personal preference, just since you have the ability to pop these windows out. But yeah, hopefully you guys found this beneficial. If you did, or you have any more questions, feel free to drop a comment. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Hope you guys have a good rest of the week. Peace.